Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to YouTube. I'm the host with the most, the man between your thighs. I am Gary, otherwise known as Bossman, otherwise known as Firework, and this is the review for last night's AEW Full Game pay per view. Now, for those who haven't been watching, there is AEW's been a bit of a downturn recently, after the shine has gone off of their toys, they've been going down. No, it's not to do, it has everything to do with the fact that, their television program has been not really been that great. It's been literally like, pretty poor recently. But we're going to go through the pay-per-view last night because I thought this was really, really good television. The only match I haven't seen was the buy-in. If you have seen it, please leave a review down below. First match, which I did see, which was Darby Allin versus MJF. Now, this was a really, really good match. There was a lot of technical wrestling from MJF. Darby Allin was doing his death-defying stunts again. Doing coffin drops, doing, dives outside the road. MGF was doing a lot of technical moves, spinning backbreakers, scorpion deathlocks, stuff like that. Tombstones on an apron which looks like it killed. Sting came into mid service, which I'm always great to say. And this was a great start to a great pay per view. I thought this pay per view was brilliant to part forward, and this was a great opener. If anyone wants, if you want a solve to how bad Extreme Rules was, this was a lot better. This was like a 10 times better opening. Next match, the Lucha Brothers versus FTR, and FTR are in my opinion, and again, other opinions are reasonable as well, the best tag team in the world today. I think maybe there's arguing for the Briscoe brothers, but I think that FTR are probably it. And they made Lucha Brothers look great. There was a lot of submissions, a lot of sling blades, a lot of double kicks, a lot of power moves from the FTR, because that's what they do. And I thought this was really tremendous match. I thought these two there's a lot of Eddie Guerrero influence stuff. There's a lot of Three Amigos, a lot of flop splashes. I don't know why that's come up. Maybe it's because there's been, I think it's 10 years since he passed. I think that's the reason why. Well, actually, it's more than 10 years. Maybe it's because it's coming up to 20 years and things like that, and people want to pay tribute to him, which they should do. Next match, which was really, 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 really good match, which was Bryan Danielson versus Miro. There's a lot of technical wrestling, a lot of power moves from Miro, which shows Miro to be the badass that he is. Bryan Danielson continues to prove why he's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. A lot of German suplexes, a lot of Bella Military suplexes from Miro, a lot of top rope moves and stuff like that. There's a power bomb, then it goes to the game over. Then Danielson hits him with the DDT, gets him in the guillotine. Miro taps out and passes out. And again, makes Miro look good, makes Danielson look good. No one comes out of this looking bad. This next match, and this again. All three of these matches have been really, really good, and I hated this one because I hate Fall Calls anyway matches. I like Adam Cole. It's just I just don't like him in this. Three matches, a bit of a clusterfuck to be honest with you. They'll point out gimmick stuff with what was it, phone tax on flaming knee pads so they can do flaming deli lifts that they do. I'd rather not have that, but this was pretty brutal from start to forward, and I'd be brutal in a good way, not brutal in a bad way. I just wish that, and again, I'm not really a big fan of Falls Count Anywhere matches unless, there's a reason for it, and there wasn't really a reason for it here. But it was good that, Jungle Boy got the win here, because, he needs all the momentum here, because he's going to be a star. And I think the more matches they can get with Jungle Boy and Adam Cole, the better the matches were, and I think that this was a pretty decent stuff, to be honest with you. Next match: Cody Rhodes and Pac versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Idolo. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. Anyway, Malachi Black shows why he is one of the best, spooky characters out there, because it's based enough in reality that you can believe it. That he's like a Charles Manson-esque, cult figure. Pac looks good. He's still doing things, but it's obvious that him and Cody aren't getting along. Cody's getting booed out the fucking building in this. Holy God, is it bad? And it's really good to see the Black Mass being hit on roads, and Pac hits moonsaults, and then he pulls Andrade in, gets him on dead, and then hits him with the Black Arrow. 1, 2, 3, your winners are Pac and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I could have done without it, but hey. Next match: Ty Conti versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Sorry, every time I see her name, I have to do that. Sorry. But this was really good. The guitarist from 40 played Britt Baker in, which again, don't do this every time, guys. Just do it for pay-per-views. I think that would make it makes it feel special. It doesn't feel special here. Pretty decent ladies match. Ty Conti, looks like a badass. Britt Baker takes it seriously, and does a lot of power drivers and suplexes and stuff like that. Goes, Ty Conti tries to go for a finish, but she grabs the rope. Then she goes for the lug roll. There's a lot of reverses, and Britt Baker gets rolls Conti out for a 1, 2, 3 winner in. Still champion is Britt Baker. Now, my choice for the best match of the night is Eddie Kingston versus CM Punk. This was really, really, really good. Because CM Punk comes out and he's not doing his clubbering time, he's not doing all the things he does. He comes out and he literally got his game face off. He comes out and they're kicking the shit out of each other. The only thing I didn't like is the fact that just went to the ring and started doing that to each other. It stops feeling special when every other person does that, but it felt different here because these two guys, they feel like the sort of people who do that. There's a lot of Muay Thai from CM Punk. He's getting booed a little bit now. I think people are starting to turn on him a little bit, and I think, if he starts playing more into the heel part of him, he can start having some success here. That now people are maybe like a little bit more sick of seeing him. That GTS 1, 2, 3. The winner is CM Punk. So and this was really good. Hard hitting match between both guys did really, really well there. And it shows why Eddie Kingston is the sort of guy you keep on your roster. He's a really hard nosed New Yorker. Anyway, fucking hell. Sorry, I hated this match. The 10-man Minneapolis street fight between the Inner Circle and American Top Tier and Men of the Year. I hate American Top Team, and I hate flaming this Dan Lambert guy. I could have done without it, to be honest with you. I mean, I think it was the weakest match of the night, to be honest with you. There's a lot of weapons garbage matches. They're hitting each other with weapons and throwing each other through shit. I mean, it was good for the spectacle, sort of like ECW spectacle, but for a wrestling match, not really my sort of thing. I'm sorry. I wish I could give more details, but there's a lot of good moves, and they won. The Inner Circle with Jericho giving the frog smash, which was good to see him do that. Next is the World Championship match, which I really, really, really liked. It was a really good match, which was before this anyway. Jay Lethal comes out, and it's good to see him. Jay Lethal, in my opinion, is one of the best wrestlers out there, and it's good to see him. Working with Sammy Guevara, because Guevara can do some, elevated as champion right now. But Kenny Omega looks really good in this. It shows you why he is one of the best champions of all time, in my opinion. Especially in recent memory, him and Reigns have been pretty much. There's been a lot of dead eyes and buckle bombs and buckshots and stuff like that, and a lot of the two kicked the living crap out of each other. And this looked really, really good. And the end came when Omega tried to hit him with a One-Winged Angel, got it, but then Hangman got it, but Omega kicked out of it. And then as he goes for the buckshot again, the Bucks come out and just nod their approval. Hits him with a 1, 2, 3. You win a new champion is Adam Hangman Page. Really, really good pay per view. Easily the best pay per view I've seen in a couple of months, especially from the other company. But again, thinking that AEW needs to do is be better, just overall, just be really good. Just have this quality all the time. And again, you don't have to have your stars on all the time. Keep them special. Do what NWA does. Keep them special. Anyway, that's the end of this. I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, this is Gary, and this is Nerd